Real Talk English.
Hey everyone, welcome to the episode of Mind Boost, the podcast where we explore cool ways to boost your brain power. I'm Max, and as always, I'm here with the amazing Zoe.
Hey, Max! I'm so excited to be here today. And we've got a fantastic topic for all listeners out there. How to train your brain to think in English?
Yes, it's such an important skill, but it doesn't happen overnight, right?
Absolutely, Max. It takes time and consistent practice. But don't worry, we've got some super practical tips to help you get started today. So, if you've ever wondered how to train your brain to switch to English faster, stay tuned.
All right, so before we dive into the tips, let's first talk about the science behind it. Our brain is an incredibly flexible organ. It can adapt, change, and even create new pathways when we learn new things. This is called neuroplasticity.
Exactly. Neuroplasticity is our brain's ability to form new connections. And when we're learning a language like English, we're essentially training our brain to process information in new ways.
Right, so the more you practice, the stronger those connections get. And it's not just about memorizing vocabulary, it's about changing the way you think.
That's a really good point. And here's where the challenge comes in. We need to actively train our brain to think in English. It's not just about translating words from your native language into English. It's about immersing yourself in the language until English becomes the default language your brain thinks in.
Okay, now let's get into some specific techniques you can use. Zoe, what's your first tip for thinking in English?
One of the best ways is by practicing visualization. Try to connect the English words you're learning with images in your mind. For example, if you're learning the word apple, picture a bright red apple. This helps you associate the word directly with the object, not just a translation.
I love that. It's like creating a mental flashcard in your brain. And another fun way to reinforce this is by immersing yourself in the language. Watch English movies or TV shows, listen to English music, and even change the language settings on your phone or social media to English. The more you surround yourself with English, the easier it is for your brain to switch.
Exactly. And that brings us to the next tip, thinking in full sentences. When you learn a new word or phrase, practice using it in a sentence. For example, instead of just learning the word book, think of a sentence like, I'm reading a book. This helps your brain start forming complete thoughts in English, not just individual words.
And speaking of sentences, try to narrate your day in English. When you wake up, think about what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth now. Or, I'm making coffee. The more you talk to yourself in English, the more your brain will start thinking in English.
I've heard some people even recommend writing a daily journal in English. This is a great way to reflect on your day and practice using new vocabulary and grammar.
And don't forget about the importance of listening. Listen to English as much as you can. Podcasts, audiobooks, YouTube videos. The more you hear the language, the more your brain becomes familiar with sentence structures and vocabulary.
Yes, and this is key when it comes to accent and pronunciation too. Try to mimic the way native speakers talk. It may feel a little awkward at first, but the more you practice, the easier it will be to think in English naturally.
And hey, don't worry about making mistakes. It's all part of the process. The more you practice speaking out loud, even if it's just to yourself, the better your brain gets at switching to English.
So those were some awesome tips to help your brain start thinking in English. But now, let's dive into some new words that can help you sound even more fluent when speaking.
Oh, I love this part. Let's teach our listeners some cool new words that will take their English skills to the next level. Ready?
All right, here we go. The first word is immersive.
Immersive means that something completely surrounds you or makes you feel like you're part of it. For example, an immersive language course would make you feel like you're living in an English-speaking country.
Great example. Next word is neuroplasticity. We talked about this earlier. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize and form new neural connections.
Yes, so when you learn a new language, you're literally changing the way your brain works. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, and the next word is cognitive. This relates to mental processes like thinking, understanding, and remembering.
You might hear something like, cognitive abilities improve when you consistently practice learning new things. And the next word is intensive. This means doing something with a lot of focus and effort.
So, an intensive English course would have you learning and practicing for long hours each day.
Exactly. And finally, we have language acquisition. This refers to the process of learning a language.
So when you're learning English, you're going through the process of language acquisition, and the more you immerse yourself, the faster you'll learn.
Now that we've gone over some new vocabulary, let's wrap things up. Zoe, what was your favorite tip from today's episode?
I think I'll definitely start narrating my day in English more. It's such an easy way to practice without pressure.
Yeah, I love that one too. I'm going to focus on visualization. It makes learning feel more fun and interactive.
Absolutely. So, to summarize, today we covered ways to train your brain to think in English, like surrounding yourself with English, thinking in full sentences.
And don't forget to keep practicing, stay patient, and remember that mistakes are part of the process. The more you practice, the more natural thinking in English will become.
That's right. And if you keep using the strategies we discussed today, you'll start seeing results in no time.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Make sure to subscribe to Real Talk English for more tips, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Take care and happy learning.